Just stop making videos. What's the point? Just delete your YouTube channel. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yeonni. I know it's been a while. I wanted to come back and talk about that. Granted, this is my second time filming this because the first time I was completely out of focus, and I don't know why, because as I see from that button right there, this is on autofocus. But I forced myself to come back and film this again because that is the whole point of today's video on why for the longest time I felt like I couldn't make videos. So yes, if this is your first time on my channel, hi, I'm going through it. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Yeonni, I'm going through it. Nice to meet you. If you've been here with me for a while, you know I try to be as candid as possible on this channel, which is kind of funny because that's really what's been keeping me from making videos. I was thinking I couldn't be candid here, and I sort of had to figure out like the big lesson of all the things I've been going through before coming back to the YouTube channel. But I'm sort of acting against that rule that I've sort of created for myself to just make a video. Because for the longest time I couldn't. So there's many reasons why I feel like I couldn't make videos. And I think the number one overarching phenomena has been burnout. I've been feeling a lot of burnout on so many different levels. I think first being a student. Now, before I talk about anything, if you know me at all, if you've seen any of my videos, I hope it is quite clear that I feel a lot of gratitude for the life that I get to live, for my existence, for the privileges that I hold. So that's like a baseline. And also, I can still feel burnt out as not only a human being, but like as a student. I'm a PhD student at Columbia, and I just ended my third year and a really, really busy first half of summer. And I'm about to enter my fourth year, which is my last year of like school before I go on a full-time internship. I've been feeling so much burnout, navigating all the roles and responsibilities. My cat just destroying the entire apartment. I've been feeling a lot of burnout with all the roles and responsibilities of being a PhD student. It's just been a lot, especially being a PhD student in psychology that is rooted in like anti-oppressive frameworks in this administration. I'm sure you've seen Columbia University in the news a lot. I won't say much on that because I am still actively a student here, so I cannot express entirely what I want to say because then I will get punished, because that is unfortunately not only the country that we live in currently, but that is my school. But that has been really tough. And that not only is it tough as an experience as a student, but it's also been tough on me as a human being and contributing to the burnout of existing in this world where what is equity? What is social justice? Like liberative practices, what does that mean? Children in Gaza deserving food and aid, not only children, but like human beings in the West Bank being denied aid, crying every other day, burnout as a student, and like not really wanting to write my dissertation. Not really wanting to be a student at this institution at this time, while also acknowledging I worked so hard to be here, and it's just sad and disappointing that this is my experience. And that has also trickled into making videos about said experience. I've been questioning myself a lot of like, how do I do this thing, YouTube thing? How do I come here and share information and talk when I'm feeling so much burnout? Now I'm a PhD candidate, and like, yes, that is different from being a PhD student. And what does that mean? Well, essentially, long story short, it means I'm one step closer to graduating, one step closer to getting that degree, becoming Dr. Yeonni, the psychologist, which I'm really working hard towards. And what does that mean for my YouTube channel? You know, like I don't exactly know, and trying to figure that out. And that has also been compounding to the burnout and avoiding YouTube and making videos, on top of this really, really persistent and awful voice in my head that keeps saying, who do you think you are? That really hurts when my own mind is playing tricks against me like that, where I'm like, I have a YouTube channel, and yes, I'm shy. The only reason I can make YouTube channels is because I'm sitting alone in my apartment talking to a camera by myself. Who do I think I am? You know, like, I'm so cringe, and I have ideas of like wanting to show you guys like my favorite corners of New York City because I love this city. And like, as a PhD student, what do I do to like seek joy, you know, and when I'm struggling with burnout? And like, a lot of the times it's like going to my favorite parks, walking around my favorite neighborhoods in this city, and it'd be so cool to show that to you and face my fear of public vlogging. But then the voice comes back and is like, who do you think you are? I have this tendency to make myself quite small in any situation, which is something I'm actively working on. But it's really manifested in this absolute avoidance of you guys and YouTube and putting myself out there, because all those voices tell me, why? Just stop making videos. What's the point? Just delete your YouTube channel. Ugh, it's so exhausting fighting against my own brain sometimes. But I share this because I want you to know that at the end of the day, you're not alone when you have those thoughts. I'm a therapist and I'm going to be a psychologist. And I think it's really important for me in my practice of these roles that I show not only like the general public, but show my patients that I'm also a human being. Of course I struggle with self-doubt. Of course I struggle with imposter syndrome. I think that's important to me, so I'm trying to really practice that muscle right now with YouTube. I think I'm better at that with my patients, actually. When they're like, Yeonni, do you deal with anxiety? I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. In this establishment, like in this world that we live in, hello, climate change. Of course I feel anxiety. Of course I feel depression. Of course I feel all these human experiences that you're feeling, and you're not alone, right? That's my whole MO of wanting to make YouTube videos and share honestly about my experience of being a therapist, a PhD graduate student, a social worker, but also a human being, because you're not alone in your struggles. And as ironic as it is, as I say that, I felt alone in my struggles. See, the brain is a very sneaky organ. I felt alone, so I felt like I couldn't come back to make a video until I had it all figured out. And I wanted to stop doing that. I've seen the potential of my channel through your messages, through seeing some of you in person on the street, which was wild. When a voice tells me, who do you think you are making YouTube videos, I want to challenge it and be like, I'm Yeonni. I just want to do it. Like, who do you think you are? Just let me do what I want to do. And I want to make videos. I hate this just quit now. Like, what's the point? I hate that voice. That was like really scary to me, to face that part of myself where I didn't want to grow, and the idea of fully committing to growing my YouTube channel. I want to grow it. Like, I don't want it to just wither away like it's sort of been doing. I want to be more consistent with how many videos I put out. And of course, like the content, like things that you guys are curious about, or I think people might be curious about being a graduate student, being a PhD student, being in the field of psychology, like being Asian American, Korean American, what's that like? Living in New York City, you know, what's that like? The finances of being in New York City, and being a student, which let me tell you, contributes very much to my stress that I've been feeling. It's very hard living in New York City as a PhD student. I want to make videos in Korean. I don't know if you knew this, but I am Korean American. I speak Korean, and I am bilingual. And also because I haven't practiced Korean as much, like my pronunciation is sort of like all over the place, but I am bilingual. So it would be so cool to make videos in Korean and sort of speak to that Korean audience as well that is interested in maybe coming to New York to pursue a graduate degree. And I've just been having ideas and aspirations and just pouring water on it, honestly, for a while now. And this video is sort of my commitment to not only you all that have stuck around, if you're still here, hello, thank you for sticking around, but committing to myself that, like, let me give myself a chance to do this thing that I want to do. I don't want to be 5-10 years in the future being like, if I had done that, then blah, 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 blah. But I really let this channel sort of teeter off, and I'm trying to not be too harsh on myself about it and just sort of pick up the pieces and just go full throttle. So with that said, I've been going through it, but I'm back here because I want to give it a chance. I want to try it. I wanted to be honest with you guys with you all about what I've been going through and still going through. No big lesson from it all yet. Still going through it. Existential dread, burnout. Chai was sick for a few weeks, my cat Chai, and that really threw me for a loop. Family things, relationship things, a lot going on, but I'm just trying my best. If you watched this far, thank you so much for being here. I hope you take care of yourselves emotionally, physically, mentally, in all of those very, very important ways. And I will see you very soon. Bye.